Breaking news, Edwards Air Force Base says a B-52 Stratofortress jet was carrying 8 people when it crashed in Kern County, California earlier today. This is what the crash looked like for residents from afar, just a massive plume of black smoke you can see there in the distance. Now, Edwards Air Force Base says that initial indications are that the crash was not survivable. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans joins us live now. Carter, what have you learned about the crash?
Well, we know the crash happened shortly after takeoff, and yes, this was at Edwards Air Force Base, and this is a critical phase of flight where there is really little room for error. A large plume of black smoke could be seen for miles. Images from the scene show charred ground just off the runway and emergency crews rushing in, but it looks like very little of this plane remains after this routine test mission. That's what that base is calling it. Now, the B-52 is one of the oldest aircraft still flying in the U.S. military. The Air Force had 76 of them in service. Some were built back in the 1960s, and B-52s recently flew missions over Iran in late March. Now, last month, the Air Force announced its fleet of B-52s is set to get a series of big upgrades, which include new engines. And the plans are to keep those planes in service into the 2050s. Now, the upgrades require some extensive flight testing, and that will take place at Edwards Air Force Base. Officials there say, as you said, the initial indications, and you could tell from that video, unfortunately, is that this crash looks like it is not survivable. Liz?
Carter Evans, thank you so much for that update.